Welcome back to AI Reviews. Like always, I am your host, Lee. Today, we have an AI reviewing Borderlands, the movie 4 times, ranging from loving it to hating it. I don't really know how to feel about this movie. It looks like it might be miscast, and I am not sure if what makes the game good will translate well into the movie, but let's see what the AI thinks.
The Borderlands movie explodes onto the big screen with a dazzling display of action, humor, and a vividly realized world that captures the essence of its video game origins. As a fan of the Borderlands series, I was thrilled to see how the filmmakers translated the game's unique style and irreverent tone into a cinematic adventure that is both faithful and fresh. From the outset, the film immerses viewers in the chaotic, colorful world of Pandora. The setting is a character in itself, beautifully brought to life with stunning visuals that mirror the game's distinctive aesthetic. The landscapes are sprawling and beautifully chaotic, filled with the same wild, unpredictable energy that fans expect. The attention to detail in the environments, from the desolate plains to the bustling outposts, is impeccable, creating a backdrop that is both engaging and authentic to the source material. The casting in the Borderlands movie is spot on, with each actor embodying their character's larger-than-life qualities perfectly. The performances capture the unique blend of fierce combativeness and quirky humor that is a hallmark of the Borderlands series. Watching these beloved characters interact on the big screen is a delight, as the film does an excellent job of balancing their individual backstories with the overarching plot. The chemistry among the cast adds a dynamic layer to the film, making the relationships and banter a highlight of the viewing experience. The plot of the Borderlands movie is an exhilarating roller coaster of twists and turns, capturing the anarchic spirit of the games. It successfully weaves together multiple storylines, introducing both new and familiar faces along the way. The narrative is fast-paced and filled with action-packed sequences that keep the adrenaline pumping. However, what truly makes the story compelling is its ability to infuse emotional depth into the chaos, providing moments of genuine heart that remind viewers why they fell in love with the games in the first place. Humor is an essential component of the Borderlands franchise, and the film delivers this with aplomb. The witty dialogue and comedic timing are impeccable, providing laughs that perfectly complement the film's action sequences. This humor does not detract from the story's more serious moments. Instead, it adds a layer of richness to the characters, making them feel more human amidst the extraordinary circumstances they face. Visually, the Borderlands movie is a masterpiece. The special effects are spectacular, capturing the fantastical elements of the Borderlands universe with clarity and creativity. The use of color and dynamic cinematography enhances the visual storytelling, making each scene pop with the same vibrant energy found in the games. In conclusion, the Borderlands movie is a triumph in translating a beloved video game to film. It retains the essence of what makes the game so engaging, while introducing a cinematic scope that feels new and exciting. For its successful blend of action, humor, and heartfelt storytelling, I joyfully give the Borderlands movie a glowing 4/4 stars. It's a must-see for fans and newcomers alike, proving once again that video game adaptations can be as emotionally rich as they are visually spectacular.
The Borderlands movie ventures to translate the chaotic and colorful world of the beloved video game series to the big screen, a task fraught with the usual pitfalls of adapting such a distinctively styled and narratively complex source material. While the film captures much of the visual flair and anarchic spirit of Pandora, it sometimes stumbles in its narrative cohesion, struggling to weave the game's sprawling lore into a streamlined cinematic format. Visually, the film is a triumph. The filmmakers have meticulously recreated the unique aesthetic of the Borderlands universe, with its vibrant landscapes and over-the-top character designs. The special effects are particularly noteworthy, bringing to life the various creatures and robots that fans of the series will recognize. This visual fidelity to the source material is one of the film's strongest points, providing a seamless transition from game to screen that is both engaging and faithful. Casting is another area where the Borderlands movie excels. The actors bring a palpable enthusiasm to their roles, embodying the eccentric and outlandish characters with a zest that honors the original games. Their performances capture the humor and grit of the game's cast, contributing significantly to the film's entertainment value. The chemistry among the cast is evident, delivering much of the film's comedic and dramatic punch. However, where the film encounters difficulty is in its plot development. The narrative tries to encompass the expansive storylines and numerous characters from the series, which results in a plot that can feel rushed and superficial. Important plot points are often breezed through, and character development is sacrificed for spectacle and action. This pacing issue means that while the film is visually and stylistically consistent with the game's charm, it lacks the depth and detail that could have made the story more compelling and emotionally resonant. The humor, while generally well delivered, sometimes misses the mark, with jokes that can feel forced or out of place within the film's more serious moments. This inconsistency in tone makes some of the humor seem more like a distraction than an integral part of the narrative, detracting from the story's overall impact and leaving some character interactions feeling less authentic. In conclusion, the Borderlands movie is a visually captivating adaptation that successfully brings the look and feel of the game to life on the big screen. However, it struggles with narrative execution, lacking the depth needed to fully realize the rich story and character potential of its source material. Despite these shortcomings, the film remains a fun and action-packed experience, especially for fans of the series. For its ability to entertain and visually dazzle, I give the Borderlands movie a solid 3 to 4 stars, acknowledging its successes while noting its areas for improvement.
The Borderlands movie arrives with the monumental task of adapting the wildly popular and stylistically unique video game series into a coherent cinematic experience. While the film dazzles with its faithful visual translations and high-energy action sequences, it struggles significantly with narrative structure, ultimately delivering a mixed result that may leave fans of the series wanting more. One of the film's undeniable strengths is its visual representation. The filmmakers have gone to great lengths to replicate the distinctive, comic book-esque aesthetics of the game. The vivid color palette, exaggerated character designs, and the seamless integration of CGI elements recreate the chaotic beauty of Pandora with impressive accuracy. This visual loyalty not only serves as a treat for the eyes, but also helps bridge the gap between the game and the film, providing a sense of continuity that fans will appreciate. Casting decisions reflect a keen awareness of the characters' personalities from the series, with actors who bring vibrancy and a touch of irreverence to their roles. These performances capture the essence of the game's larger-than-life anti-heroes, infusing the film with the necessary charisma and depth. However, while the main cast shines, the film underutilizes its supporting characters, many of whom are relegated to the background without sufficient development or meaningful arcs. The major downfall of the Borderlands movie lies in its plot execution. Attempting to condense the expansive lore and numerous plot lines of the game into a 2-hour film has resulted in a narrative that feels both overcrowded and superficial. The story rushes through critical developments and glosses over the intricacies that could have provided richer context and deeper emotional engagement. This brisk pacing undermines the potential for more profound character development and thematic exploration, leaving much of the dialogue and interactions feeling rushed and lacking impact. Moreover, the film's approach to humor, which is a cornerstone of the game's appeal, doesn't always translate well to the big screen. While there are genuine moments of laughter, some of the comedic attempts come off as forced or mismatched with the tone of surrounding scenes. This inconsistency can disrupt the viewer's immersion and diminish the overall effectiveness of the film's storytelling. Despite these narrative and pacing issues, the Borderlands movie does succeed in delivering thrilling action sequences. The choreography of fight scenes, the creativity of the combat, and the dynamic use of special effects make for some truly spectacular cinema. These moments are where the film feels most alive and most true to its origins, capturing the chaotic spirit of the game with great enthusiasm. In conclusion, while the Borderlands movie excels in visual spectacle and initial character portrayal, it falls short in delivering a well-rounded narrative that fully captures the depth and breadth of the original games. The film provides enough entertainment value for a casual viewing, especially for those unfamiliar with the series, but may leave dedicated fans of the game dissatisfied. For its visual achievements and action-packed sequences, yet flawed narrative structure, I give the Borderlands movie a critical 2/4 stars.
Here we go again, folks, another video game movie that crashes and burns on the rocky cliffs of Hollywood mediocrity. The Borderlands movie attempts to bring the wildly chaotic and beloved game series to life, and let me tell you, it misses the mark by a mile. As a fan of the original games, known for their sharp wit, distinctive style, and pulsating action, I was hoping for something that would at least capture a fraction of that spirit. But alas, what we got was a diluted, haphazard mess that feels more like a fan film gone wrong than a blockbuster tribute. Let's start with the visuals, because that's about the only thing the Borderlands movie gets half right. Sure, the sets look like they've been ripped right out of Pandora, and the costumes are flashy enough to give you a migraine in a good way, I guess. But when that's the highest praise I can muster, you know we're in trouble. The film manages to replicate the game's aesthetic, but it's all surface. There's no depth behind the gaudy facade, no soul to the endless parade of CGI explosions and gunfights. Casting? More like miscasting. The characters we've come to love and loathe in the games are reduced to caricatures, stripped of any real personality and left to spout cringeworthy one-liners that make the game's humor seem Shakespearean by comparison. These poor actors, I sympathize with them, really. They're doing their best with what they're given, which isn't much. The dialogue is so wooden you could build a skag den out of it, and the emotional depth is about as shallow as a puddle on the dust. Now, onto the plot, if you can call it that. The storyline is a convoluted mess, an aimless journey through a series of set pieces that look like they were designed first for a video game level rather than a coherent narrative. The movie hops from one explosive scene to another without any real sense of purpose or direction, and the subplots? Don't get me started. They're either completely forgettable or insultingly underdeveloped. It's like the script was thrown together during a brainstorming session that confused more is better with actually having a structured plot. And the humor, oh, the humor. What makes the Borderlands games genuinely entertaining is their clever, often biting humor that pokes fun at everything from pop culture to the player themselves. This film's attempt at humor is so forced and awkward that it makes you miss Claptrap's interjections, and that's saying something. It's clear that the writers took the most superficial elements of the game's comedy and cranked it out without any of the original context or charm. In conclusion, the Borderlands movie is a spectacular failure, a cautionary tale of how not to adapt a video game. It manages to be visually loud and narratively mute, a soulless cash grab at the expense of a beloved franchise. For anyone who holds the Borderlands games dear, this movie is nothing short of a slap in the face with a wet fish wrapped in yesterday's newspaper. I give this disastrous adaptation a grudging 1 to 4 stars, and that's me being generous.
Like always, thank you for watching if you made it this far. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe. I typically have at least 2 videos out per week, either AI reviews like this or real reviews, depending on the release schedule. Next week should be X-Men 97 and Imaginary Friends real reviews. Until next time,